Hey team, Evie is taking a nap, so I'm gonna check in with you guys while I have a minute. Like, we went to IKEA, just me and the girls, my mom, my sister, Ev, the entire toy section. Dollhouse toys. I just wanted to get it all for her Easter basket. And I just had to keep telling myself, this is not Christmas, it's just Easter. Come on, focus. You're here to buy tiny house things. And I did, by the way. They have like really cute spice rack shelves, which I've been debating whether or not to do an actual shelf for the spice racks. I think the magnet board with the little magnet mason jars is a really cute look. They actually have a folding table that I'm really interested in because it sits against the wall. It only comes out like that far and it folds down and then just pops up. I think it's supposed to be a desk, but it could totally work as a table too. Something that we don't have to do 100% ourselves is always a nice thing, especially when it's budget friendly. I think it was like $35 or something. We're kind of on the fence as to whether we're actually going to live in this thing. I think what was really appealing to me about the tiny house concept was the mobility of it. If we're gonna be mobile, I'd rather just have a travel trailer because they're made really light, so it's less expensive to travel. Taking a tiny house on the road is not very cost effective, for sure. With a toddler, I don't see that space very functional. At least not in the 200 square foot trailer that we're building it on. There's a lot of reasons for why it's hard to have kids in a tiny house, but the biggest reason for me is probably just that I need privacy in the bedroom so I can get my sexy freak on with Steve without my child being 2 feet away. That just doesn't fly for me. And secondly, I think it's important for kids to feel like they can not hoard, but have a good amount of toys and hold on to them throughout the years. I don't know, just have space for themselves. We don't really know at this point if we're going to live in it. We want to build it as if someone without kids was living in it, just because we don't want to make it over busy and over functional to accommodate our little family of 3 if we're going to end up selling it. The other option though is to keep it, find somewhere to park it, and then do like an Airbnb vacation rental deal. We're just trying to figure it out, but we are going to keep working on it. We'll keep posting our process as we build it. We did get around to taping the wires on a warmish day. That was like a month ago or something. I don't even remember. We taped them just because we don't want anything wiggling loose in the case that we were moving the tiny house, you know, and traveling a little bit with it. We don't want those coming loose. So we did tape those. We're thinking of doing exterior plumbing. Well, okay. Sun is back. I mean, the plumbing that we're going to need is going to take up a very small portion of wall space anyways. We're just going to have a sink and we're going to have a shower attachment. The kitchen section is right next to the bathroom, so we're going to be able to hide everything that needs to be in the kitchen just because we have the sink in there underneath the cabinets, and then it might show a little bit in the bathroom where we have the shower. It just depends on how it works out. But the good news about having the exterior plumbing is I can go ahead and get started with all the walls. We took a couple of days when it was a little bit warmer and we insulated a good portion of the walls. That house stays pretty warm as it is. I think I'm mostly worried about it being too hot. Steve is worried about it being too hot. That's all for the tiny house. Other than the tiny house, I have been trying to get all of my seedlings planted. I have tons of little starts. I bit off way more than I can chew this year. We don't have enough space inside to grow everything because my dad is also starting seeds for his own section of the garden. He's let me have my own little plot for gardening this year since we're living with them. Thanks, Daddy. Planting and preparing for garden season is one of the biggest ways that I get over my wintertime blues. So it's an exciting time of year when you start to see all those little green starts coming up and you can anticipate the warmer months. Evie's been helping me a little bit. She's starting to get really enthusiastic about it, which is cute. I try to be patient whenever I'm with her planting. Sometimes it gets frustrating, but if there is something that I can slow down a little bit and then include Evie, I really try to do that because I know it's important for them. I don't know, I feel like their interaction with adults especially really is a key part of their development and maturing. I mean, she is well beyond her years, and I think that's because she just hangs out with adults all the time. I'm excited for her to start preschool though, because then she can start seeing more kids her own age. And now that it's warming up, I will probably do more videos because I'm actually functioning and up on my feet. You can expect to see a little more of our build. Steve has been bogged down with school, so I mean, his life is work, school, repeat. He decided to take a summer semester, so he'll be done by the end of the year because after summer he'll do a fall semester as well. So he's just knocking it out. I'm so proud of him. I don't have a husband anymore. Who else had to say goodbye to their husband when they started school? I've decided to go off social media, and I've done this like 5 other times. Each time, I feel so good about life. Like, I'm not tied to my phone. I'm able to leave my phone and not feel the loss. I don't feel like I have to document every single little moment and post it to my Instagram stories. I'm just so much more present. And I know that a lot of people can find a balance between social media and real life. But I struggle with it. So I've checked out, hopefully for a really long time. So to wrap things up, we're probably not going to move into the tiny house. It's not 100% either way, but we are going to keep posting our process of finishing that tiny house because we will finish it. Going to keep planting, gardening like a madwoman, and going to really focus on being more present. Hope you're all enjoying your spring. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll catch you on the flip. You're not done.